Well, getting their finances in better condition is a New Year's resolution made by many people, and here to help you get on the right track with that goal is the Credit and Finance Drill Sergeant Jerry King Jr. He is the author of the Credit Crisis Survival Kit. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here.
It's my pleasure.
All right. Well, first of all, this is a topic I'm sure a lot of people want to hear about. It's a new year. People probably overspent on their, during the holidays, probably charged up that credit card. What is the #1 way people can start reducing that debt?
Well, for one thing, the first thing is to develop new habits. When you have a person who's in debt, they're always looking for a Band-Aid. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a cancer wound. Unfortunately, until you get at the root of the issue, the problem is not going to be solved. So it really starts with discipline, money management. It starts with not being so materialistic in terms of being so attached to things. I think we've raised a generation of kids who have never heard the word no.
Right.
And unfortunately now they're in shock mode because all of a sudden they can't get new video games every week and so forth and so on. So it really starts with a lot of discipline.
I'm sure a lot of people are used to living in a certain way. Maybe one person in the family has lost their job, which has happened to many families. How do you even go about restructuring your finances and living under a new budget and living in a different way? How do you even start? Well,
the first thing I would suggest people do is take a world perspective. You have about 2/3 of the world's population don't have clean water. You have about 60% of the world's population who don't have shoes. You have about 58% of the world's population who live on less than $1 a day. And we're so blessed in this country, but we take so much for granted that during the good times we just kind of throw things away. And then when it's bad, we're in shock mode, when we really still have enough if we manage it. So the first thing I would say is for 30 days, I always suggest people write out and track every dime they spend for 30 days. Every penny. You would be surprised, $20 here, $50 there, $40 here, that $7 latte, and what happens is it adds up over time. You got the $200 a month cable plan when you really should have the basic plan. If you cut out the latte and the cable, that's $300 a month there that you could apply to your credit card debt to pay down your debt. The other thing is, in these economic times, individuals are hurting, but corporations are hurting as well. And this is a way this is an opportunity, it's a window of opportunity whereby you can slash your debt. You can negotiate settlements with credit card companies and different retailers. If you owe $3,000, you might be able to negotiate to settle it for $1,500. And people say, well, that might take a hit on my credit. The minor hit on your credit is going to save you thousands over time in debt. Over, at 21.9 or 28.9% interest, you'll still be paying for that latte 10 years from now. You know what I mean? So, it really starts with tracking your money and seeing where the waste is. And once you do that, I don't have to show you. It's like it'll jump out at you, and you're like, oh, wait a minute, okay, I need to get this under control.
And I think everyone can commit to a 30-day. Let's write it down. So let's say you have 5 credit cards. Is it better to be putting away, like paying off a little bit every month to each credit card, or should you just focus on one card at a time?
What I always recommend is you focus on the one with the smallest balance first. You try to double up on that, right? And when you pay the one off with the smallest balance, the money that you were using to pay that card, now you put it on the next largest balance, and you just make $500 or $600 or $800 payments, and then as you pay out the smallest one, you move to the next largest one, the next largest one. 8 months, 10 months, 12 months, 14 months, you're out of debt. Now, in the meantime, you're developing new money habits. This is where it starts.
Right.
It doesn't just start with reading a book. Reading a book gets you the information, but it's really developing new money habits.
Interesting. All right. Well, from 9 a.m. to 9:30 today, people can actually email you their personal questions about their financial situations. All you have to do is go to cbs5.com and contact us and send in a question via Weekend News. And you're going to be here typing away, right? Helping people out. And
I'll be right here.
And, of course, people can always get your book, The Credit Crisis Survival Kit. Where can we find it?
At Marcus Books right now. It's going to be at Borders and Barnes & Noble's the end of this month.
Very good. All right. Credit and Finance Drill Sergeant Jerry King Jr., thanks so much for being here. Gosh, we could have talked for an hour. Thanks so much.
It's a pleasure.